Let's go through this National 5 Biology exam paper question together. So this one says, the concentration of some ions within the cell sap of seaweed, the surrounding seawater and a unicellular organism were measured. The results are shown in this bar chart. Okay, so before we get to the questions, let's have a quick look at the bar chart. We've got the ion concentration going up the side here, and we've got sodium, potassium and chloride as our three ions here. Now, each of the bars represents the cell sap of seaweed, that's the striped bars. The seawater, that's the white clear bars there, and the unicellular organism, that's these shaded bars there. Okay, so question A says, name the ion that moves from the seaweed into the seawater by diffusion and give a reason for your answer. Okay, so if it's going to move from the seaweed into the seawater by diffusion, then it means it's going to have to move from a higher concentration, that's diffusion, higher concentration to lower concentration. So it's going to go from a higher concentration in the seaweed, so let's write that down, to a lower concentration in the seawater. Okay, so it's going to go from the seaweed to the seawater, from higher to lower. So let's have a look at which ion has a higher concentration in the seaweed and a lower concentration in the seawater. So let's have a look at sodium. That's seaweed there, and that's the water there. That's going from lower to higher this time, so that's not diffusion. Potassium, we've got a very high concentration here in the seaweed and a much lower concentration in the seawater, high to low. That sounds like diffusion to me. So I think our answer is going to be potassium, but let's just check chloride. Chloride has a lower concentration in the seaweed and a higher concentration in the seawater. Okay, so our answer here is going to be potassium. And the reason for that is because there is a higher concentration in the seaweed and a lower concentration in the sea water. Okay, part 2, the unicellular organism must always have a sodium ion concentration below 0.25 milligrams per litre. Name the process that moves excess sodium ions out of the unicellular organism. Okay, so the unicellular organism is a shaded one. Okay, and we're only interested in sodium here. Sodium is mentioned in that question. Okay, so we're only interested in that. So unicellular organism for sodium. There we go. Now it's the process that moves ions out of this organism. So that will be going from here, the organism, into the seawater here. So we're going from a lower concentration here to a higher concentration here, and the name of that process is active transport. Okay. Part B, the cell sap of the seaweed was tested to measure the concentration of each ion. Name the structure in seaweed cells that contains the cell sap. Now, hopefully from topic 1.1 you'll have remembered that it's the vacuole that contains the cell sap. Hope that was useful, folks. Follow me for more.